Hey guys, welcome back to Garage Theory. Today's a continuation of installation of random parts to the JZ head. There's a block right behind me. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to install all these hydraulic, I guess, lifters, or people call them buckets, and the cams and the caps. These are torqued at 14 foot-pounds, both intake and exhaust. Last video you probably noticed that I think I was cleaning the valves, and I didn't record me installing these, but I watched a couple YouTube videos of how guys did it. Supposedly it's easier installing these keepers in there. What I found easy was just go ahead and use the compressor, this guy right here, how pretty much the same way as I removed it. And yeah, I pretty much compress the spring, put those keepers in, and decompressing the springs, and it goes back on. It took about, I don't know, an hour or two to do all 24 of them. But yeah, they're good. So you probably noticed this head looks really good. I ended up painting it after I cleaned it all off, and I still have to resurface the intake and exhaust side. See, the exhaust pretty dirty. But in the meantime, let me show you what I ended up doing as well. I mean, a few days has passed. You can see my valve covers and thermostat housing. So I got this bucket here where I put Purple Power, some degreaser, and I just soak all these oily parts in there overnight. Come back to it the next day and brush them off and clean them, and they come right off with minimal effort. So let me get started. Also, I forgot to mention that the intake and exhaust buckets, I kept them all in order, so I'm gonna put them back into the exact location where they came off from. These were cleaned and prepped. So first thing I do is get some of the assembly lube and smear it pretty much everywhere. Alright guys, so now I'm going to install the caps. So these caps go in order, and there's a little arrow right on top of these things to tell you which location and which direction they face. So this one points forward this way to the number one cylinder, And be sure not to install it the wrong way, because these are all machined properly to seat on these cams correctly. And for the intake side, it's the same as well. You can see the little number on there and the little arrow. I don't know if you can see that right in the center where this little bump is. Alright, so set the torque setting to 14. And get the socket for it. Alright, so that's pretty much torqued down to 14 foot-pounds. The only thing left to do is put these two caps on, which is getting cleaned right now. Should be done probably in the next 5-10 minutes. Put those on. I'm going to put some more assembly lube right now on these cam lobes because it doesn't hurt. You don't want to try to do a dry start with this stuff because it may harm your valve train. So that's pretty much it. I just gotta put the cover on and go ahead and mount it to the engine behind me, the block, and that finishes up the head. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.